Every single week, I'm signing 5 to 7 clients at least to my business, and I haven't even got on a single sales call to do it in like a very, very long time. Right now, I'm adding anywhere from 5K to 20K a week or every 2 weeks, working just 3 to 4 days a week. And I'm simply doing it with less than 3,000 followers online. So in this video, I'm going to show you the exact reason I can sign clients at a volume that honestly feels like it simply shouldn't be allowed. All of this is done without a single sales call, by the way. I'm going to go over the mindset shifts, the systems, and all of the simple conversations I run over and over again. So if you're tired of dry months and inconsistent feast or famine states, and you simply want clients coming in consistently, stick around because this entire process is so simple. All right, so as I just mentioned, we're going to go over how to sign so many clients it feels completely illegal. This is absolutely no sales calls as well, okay? So I'm just going to go over some screenshots. So this is a brand new Stripe account that I launched this brand new consultancy on. We already did 30K MRR, that's euros, so that's about 34,000 USD collected in the first 3-4 weeks or so, which is considered the quietest time of the year, summer, June, July, August, etc. And you can see here we signed 14 new clients. We're collecting 10K PIFs, paid in fulls. So yeah, we're having a great time with the new consultancy. And before I get into any of the strategy and what I wanted to go over today, I wanted to share a few more results from my students that I'm extremely proud of. And I'm going to keep mentioning this stuff because these guys are getting such good results. I'm having so much fun with this model as well. You can see my student Yusuf signing a 5K month client in his first few weeks. The same student hitting 16K a month in 3 weeks since working with me. We've got Elio here signing a 5.4K month retainer in his first 30 days. We have the same student again hitting his first 10K month, all here. Jack secured a 9K month deal with BitMEX, who's a $1 trillion market cap company. Adam signing a 3K month client in his first 3 weeks, all without sales calls. We had Gonzalo, which is probably one of my favorite case studies. He secured a 10-month contract for 7K a month, working just 2 days a week from Panama, right? It's just absolutely chilling. So let's go straight into the rest of the video. So simply, you just need to stop trying to be clever. The secret is just pitching more. This stuff is going to annoy you because it's so simple. And I wish I did the stuff earlier, but the reason you're not signing clients isn't that you need a smarter script or a new shiny client acquisition method. It's that you're simply not pitching enough, okay? And I call this the law of more. You've probably heard something like this already before, but here's what I mean. When I speak to a lot of agency owners, consultancies, B2B founders, etc., they tend to obsess over finding the perfect new outreach angle, the clever hook, the magic message that makes everyone hand over their money. Those clever scripts die really fast simply because nobody remembers them and they make you look like every other guy spamming trash, okay? Meanwhile, you're still convincing yourself that you can't pitch until everything's perfect, so you barely pitch anything at all. Most of the time, when someone tells me they can't sign clients, I ask how many people they've actually shown their offer to, and the answer is 5. So that's the problem right there. So once you've got proof of concept, like your model works, for example, and it's got client results, it's got your self results, you don't really need to be clever anymore. You just need to pitch more, okay? You just need to show that to more people. And that's it. If everyone is out here trying to be a genius with their outreach, right? The new shiny strategy or whatever bait and switch is out there. You win simply by being the person who makes the most offers anyway. More offers than excuses. That's what I've always been about. That's what my clients are all about, my students, etc. Because distribution is going to beat cleverness every single time, okay? And when I stop trying to outsmart everyone, they may have a better offer than me, but are they pitching more than me? Right? That's what you got to be thinking about. So when I stopped trying to outsmart everyone in the game and just started pitching way more, that's when the volume of sales got really ridiculous. And then before we carry on, just real quick, if you want to start signing 1 to 3 clients a day, every single day without sales calls, click the link below, somewhere below this video, and just book a call with me. We'll talk about it. We helped Francis Nayan, who runs an agency, ghostwriting consultancy, use this exact strategy, and he had a 7K profit day. Doug added 4K MRR in 14 days. And again, just like I said, just book a call. So pitching only works if you actually have people to pitch, okay? And you're probably already sitting on a gold mine, like a plethora of people you've completely forgotten about over time. So let me show you where the easiest clients you're ever going to sign are hiding right now. Surprise, surprise, they're already hiding inside your inbox. So this is the cash extraction protocol, okay? So before you start finding new people to speak to, I really want you to understand something, okay? The fastest money isn't from strangers. It's from everyone who's already spoken with you and you've never followed up with. So this is what I call the cash extraction protocol. Think about how much your money typically leaving on the table. Everyone who ever commented on your posts, liked your stuff, followed you, breathed around you, signed up to your newsletter, engaged with you in some shape or form, right? They've raised their hand and you did nothing. Old prospects who said not right now, months ago, you maybe wrote them off, but not now was never, not ever. Past clients who already paid you once, who already know, like, and trust you, and are now the most likely people on earth to pay you again. All of those people, all that cash is just sitting there dying in your inbox while you stress about finding brand new leads. So here's what I actually do, right? And I still do this every single day. I contact everyone who's ever engaged with me and pitched them my offer. Then I re-engage old leads every like 1 to 3 months. And I literally reuse the same leads over and over again until they buy or just unsubscribe or tell me no, like whatever the case is. And you can do this yourself. Like, it's so simple, right? All you need to say is something like, hey, John, whatever his name is, she, he, last time we spoke, you were dealing with problem. Curious if you found a solution or gave up on fixing it. That's it. We're just trying to get an answer, just trying to get a reply, either a yes or no. If it's a yes, go into detail. If it's a no, ask why, and then move on, see if there's anything else you can do. But yeah, if someone paid you before as well, right, they'll very likely pay you again, okay? This one message alone can fill your entire month before you start sending cold outreach or contacting new leads. So I always suggest starting with who you've already spoken to, people in your current ecosystem, and then start branching out to colder audiences. So when these conversations start rolling in, right, that's when you're most likely to freeze up, because you don't know what to actually say to turn a chat into a paying client without a call. So let me hand you the exact playbook I would use. So this is the exact no call conversation that turns chats into clients, right? Here's the part that simply makes the whole thing work without ever getting on a call. Okay. It's a dead simple conversation framework. Same thing every time. It does the closing for me. I can spend more time creating these types of videos for you, showcasing all of the stuff that works, what doesn't work, etc. What I've tried, I've experienced, and what my students have experienced. And then I don't need to really spend that much time on sales calls as much, or at all ever, really. So the same thing happens every time, right? You're likely to blow the conversation because some of these points, right? You pitch way too early before you know anything about the person in front of you, so it feels random or pushy. You don't actually find out what the person wants, so they can't resonate with your offer. You end up rambling, you get nervous, and the whole thing tends to fall apart. The exact same reason sales calls go bad 9 times out of 10. And you treat every conversation like a UFC title fight instead of just talking to someone, having a chat, right? So here's how I do it. First, simply acknowledge them and use their name. Appreciate the follow or comment, then triage them. Are they even the type of person you can help? Then qualify and find the gap. So I like to ask questions like this. What's your goal with XYZ? What do you feel is holding you back from achieving XYZ? How, what, why? That's pretty much the formula I use, so keep that in mind. Those are typically my 3 favorite questions to use, like go-to questions, because they get the person to tell me their exact problem in their own words. Okay, then I can use that in my marketing and stuff for later. So once I know the gap, what I tend to do is suggest we explore figuring it out and fixing it together. And then I send them a strategy map, which you may have seen in the last couple of videos. This is my 1 to 2 page Google Doc that lays out exactly how their problem gets solved. Some read it and just say yes straight away. Some ask questions and some just say no, simply just move on. And then closing starts to become a formality, like a repeatable process, right? Because I built the trust inside the conversation instead of on Zoom. Okay, you can send voice notes, you can do other stuff, you can send screenshots. And this simple strategy is running my business every single day. Like, I'm literally just here, like texting and closing. That's all I need to do. I can spend like an hour on that a day. I don't need to spend multiple hours on Zoom calls, 5 calls, 10 calls a day. I was doing like 10 to 15 calls a day myself, running a sales team of 6, which is all fun and good. Like, it was super fun, but it's just like, it just leads to so much burnout. Like, it's just not for me at the end of the day. I like to just chill and do minimal work. I'm a texter naturally, so I like to do that. And this simple strategy, like I mentioned, is running my business. Okay. So I get messages like, just paid, etc. Really looking forward to working with you. Like, that's what you want on a daily basis. So all of this stuff works at even a bigger scale because I've used the same simple flow to sign household names. Okay. My clients have gone on to sign household names like Ubisoft and ExxonMobil and like $1 billion companies as well, not just like smaller companies under like 100K a month. It's the same process every time. Just connect, triage, qualify, close. Okay. There's no call needed for this stuff. If the deal is over like 10K, or 15K, 20K, whatever, then yeah, probably you're going to get on a call. Anything below that, you don't really need one. So that's how the volume gets to a point where it genuinely feels illegal. So you get obviously messages like this, like cheers, paid, whatever. So all of this stuff is backed with clear deliverables, fast wins, and a small upfront. Okay. Somewhere in the $250 to 2K region to start. Something stupidly easy to say yes to. I'm not going to get too much into all the offers on this video because there's a few other videos coming out on that. But yeah, like for example, I once had a client object to a 3.5K month retainer and then say yes to a 4,750 like funnel build off a single WhatsApp message, purely because of how it was framed. The process is get them in with a simple, easy thing to say yes to, get them a quick win, prove you're the real deal. And then naturally within the first, like, at least for me, 24 to 72 hours, I can upsell them to a 6K to 10K thing. And then the bigger offers start to happen naturally once the trust is there. That's how you can stack up to 35K a month fast. That's how I took this brand new consultancy, brand new Stripe account from 0 to literally 34,000 USD monthly recurring revenue in 30 days, less than that, like 20 days or so. I do it with all the less than 3,000 followers as well, across all platforms, by the way. So just to wrap up, that's how I sign clients at a volume that should feel like it should be illegal. No calls involved. You simply need to pitch more and run one simple conversation that closes over a doc instead of a call. It's deadly simple and it works. Okay. It's working for me. It's working for my students. And if you want my direct help setting any of this stuff up, dialing in your offers, building your strategy map, and getting this running in your business, I open a small batch of seats each month and they go pretty quick. First link is in the description. Just hit that link and grab a time to speak with me directly. But here's one thing I didn't get into today. So there's the whole model. That's exactly how I sign clients at a volume that feels like it should be completely illegal. No calls involved, none of that stuff. You simply just need to pitch more and run one simple conversation that closes over a doc instead of a call. It's super simple and it works every time. Now, if you want my direct help setting up this entire process inside your business so you can start signing 1 to 3 clients a week and adding 5K to 20K every other week or two to your business without sales calls or a large audience or ads or any of that stuff, I'll personally help you dial in your offer, build your strategy map, help you siphon 3 competitors that are worth stealing clients from. And you want to build all of this stuff out inside your business. I'm opening a small batch of seats. Well, I do open a small batch of seats every single month for about 5 to 10 people, and they go pretty quickly. So the link for all of that is in the description below. Hit that link and grab a time to speak with me directly. And just before I go, there's one thing that I didn't really touch on today. Signing all these clients is great. Like, it's awesome, gives me freedom. It gives me the opportunity to do whatever I want with my day, work 2 to 3 days a week, whatever. All of this stuff is actually the smaller half of the money, right? The stuff, the amount we make. So the bigger half is what I do in the first 72 hours or so after someone pays, because that small window is where I turn a $250 to $2,000 client into a $6K to $10K plus dollar client, right? And it's a difference between like a decent month and like a 100K month, for example, okay? So that's exactly what I'm gonna be breaking down in one of the next videos coming up. And you can watch that somewhere here. So go check that out while it's fresh. And if you did want my help installing this inside your business, just hit the link in the description and I'll see you there. Cheers.